Yeah, fine. Actually, I was just trying, the YouTube was giving a problem. Now it's live streamed on the YouTube also. So, welcome everyone and all my senior, respected seniors and dear friends. So, we are in a very important week of the year where we are celebrating the Anesthesia Week. And I think we have seen the last 4 days, very good things have been unveiled and a very good response has come from throughout the country. And continuing on that, I think whatever this is going to create a history in the ISA. And more importantly, the current team of the governing councils, everybody has played a very important role in making this NSCF week go live over the next almost 5 days already gone, and another 2 days are there. So today also we have got some important programs, and I request our president, Dr. Devetya sir, to start the proceedings from here. Dr. Devetya sir.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining. I'm sorry, I'm not going to turn on my video because I don't think you'll be able to see anything. I'm in the car driving, and forgive me the background Bombay traffic noise, which you might get a little bit off and on. So welcome to the 5th day of the Anesthesia Week, ISA Week. So, this, we all celebrate World Anesthesia Day on 16th October, but I think we've been doing so much work, and there are so many activities that we've done and we are planning to do in this governing council. All members are very keen to do various activities, and we thought it would be a nice occasion to consolidate everything into 1 week so that all of you can see what the governing council has been doing and what we are planning and what are our plans for the future, just so that and everyone gets to know the ISA better, not just what the governing council is doing, but even many others are doing. Like, for example, today we are going to talk about the Family Benevolent Fund. Okay, so today we've got four very important things which we are going to talk about. One is Dr. Ramakrishna Reddy has been doing the ISA quiz, so he's going to update us about what he has done for the ISA National Quiz, which he does online. Then we've got the release of the Private Practitioners Forum guidelines for private practitioners. These are the ISA, I won't say guidelines, this is a position statement. And this is a very important document which has been prepared by the Private Practitioners Forum. Dr. Pankaj Gupta will take us through it. And I think this is something which a lot of people were looking forward to for guidance and so on. And I think so this will be at least a very important step that the ISA has taken in this regard. We will then go on to one of the most important programs that the ISA has ever launched, and not that we have launched, it has been launched for a very long time, but which we wanted to get more popular and we want more people to be aware, is the ISA Family Benevolent Fund, ISA FBF. And we've got the entire team of ISA FBF with the president and secretary and other office bearers of the FBF. They will brief us on what the FBF is and what they've been doing and how they plan to take things forward. And lastly, we'll declare some very important prestigious awards of the ISA that the governing council has already decided. There are some awards which we are still going to decide, which we'll declare in the next 1 or 2 days. But these are some awards which have already been decided, very prestigious awards. So we'll just announce those awards over here today. Okay. So I think with this, Dr. Baja, we can go on to the program, and maybe Dr. Ramakrishna Reddy can start with the ISA online quiz.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And to make everyone aware, it's maybe looking like ISA online quiz, but a lot of effort has gone into the making of the quiz program to have a different themes, a different specialty quiz. And Dr. Ramachandra Reddy is a very lucky enough, rather we are lucky enough to have him and his team. A strong team is there. And every team member is very enthusiastic. Every time they contribute the questions, it's not easy. It's just like setting up a NEET PG examination. It's just like that, setting up a quiz and filtering out the questions and answers, and then you giving the explanation also why the logic is there for that particular answer. It takes a very tall, make a hard work to develop a quiz. And quiz almost we get 2 quiz almost every 7 or 8 days. So I think a lot of hard work is done by Dr. Ramcharan and the entire team. We are really thankful for them, and they are doing it in the conferences also, national conferences also. They are doing for that our ISA newsletter, paper also. They are doing the quiz, and many more places. So today he will be telling us some more innovative methods he is going to introduce into the quiz. So over to you, Dr. Ramcharan Reddy, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Bajwa, sir. Good evening, President, sir, Honorary Secretary, sir, and Academic Chairman, Dr. Vimeshwar, sir, and all the Governing Council members and all my dear friends. So today I am going to update what we have been doing for the national quiz. Some of my team members are also here. I will introduce after my presentation. I will give a brief presentation. So ISA National Quiz, it contains 3 parts basically. Gold Con Quiz.
Make it a full screen, Rama sir.
Full screen.
Slideshow.
Slideshow from beginning. Yes.
Yeah, fine.
So Gold Con Quiz, which is done during the national conferences, and an online quiz, which is on the isaweb.in, and it is also in the ISA newsletter editions we call Vapor. So quiz was a part of conferences for many years, and it acquired the name of GoldCon Quiz during the ISACon Golden Jubilee Conference at Coimbatore in 2002. At that time, Dr. Chakrarao sir was Honorary Secretary. When he was Honorary Secretary, he created a fund also for GoldCon Quiz prizes. Today morning also, I spoke to him how this quiz got GoldCon name. Thank you, sir. And in 2018, GoldCon Quiz underwent few modifications when Dr. Venkatagiri sir was the Honorary Secretary of ISA National. I got an opportunity to propose these modifications to Governing Council, and my team conducted the quiz at Agra National Conference. So this was 2018, we were doing the quiz. And this is 22, Shillong. So this online quiz was started on isaweb.in 2022 when Dr. Naveen Malhotra was Honorary Secretary, and it continued till, I think, October 2023. And then after a gap of 6 months, we restarted under the able guidance of Dr. Bajwa in May 2024. Now we are uploading 3 to 4 MCQs on every Thursday and Saturday. On Tuesday night, we are uploading from the Monday teaching class. So we have divided the subject into various headings like cardiac, neuro, critical care, equipment and physics, and respiratory physiology, so many other things. So, and then every 2 months, we are changing the theme. Like 2 months, we are going for neuro, 2 months cardiac, like that. And every MCQ is provided with answer and reference also. If the postgraduate really wants to know the subject, if he solve one MCQ, he will get lot of 2 to 3 pages of information if he goes into the reference. So now ISA National also decided to give monthly prizes also on the basis of who logged in regularly and who answered maximum correct answers. This is the third part, that is a quiz in the ISA newsletter Vapor. In each edition, we are giving 8 MCQs with answers. Then our future plan is to conduct a grand online quiz every month with a software called Mentimeter. This Mentimeter we have been using in GoldCon quiz in the national conference, and also last year we used for IRCF quiz also with the help of Dr. Chakrarao sir. And we have decided, the Governing Council decided now to give prizes also, cash prizes probably, to the winners along with certificate and medal. So to do a quiz, it needs a lot of dedication, as mentioned by Dr. Bajwa sir, and also commitment to prepare and upload the quiz questions regularly. And I appreciate the effort put by all my team members, and I request all the head of the departments and faculty to encourage their postgraduates to regularly participate in online quiz in isaweb.in and also Gold Con quiz, whoever attends the ISA Con National. So to do anything, we need a team. I have a very dedicated team to conduct the Gold Con quiz as well as online quiz. ISA National identified some enthusiastic quizmasters from across the India with good academic background. So my team, Dr. Abhyuday Kumar, Dr. Parul Jindal, Dr. Vivek Chakole, Dr. Tanmay Tiwari, Dr. Gauri Ganga Getkar, and Dr. Madhu from Bengaluru, Dr. Jayprakash from Ranchi, Dr. Sudhakar from Vijayawada, Dr. Hetal Shah from Ahmedabad, Dr. Kamachi Selvan is from Chennai, and also Dr. Akshay and Dr. Shivani from Nizam's Institute of Medical Sciences, Hyderabad. So some of the members are here. If time permits, I will introduce one or two people.
Yeah, sure. You can introduce because they are doing hard work for our ISA
Yes, sir.
platform. You can introduce and we can have a word for 30
Yeah.
seconds, 1 minute.
Dr. Parul Jindal is here. She is a very active member of team. Parul?
Namaskar, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Do you
Good
want
evening.
to say one or two words?
Sir, it is actually a lot of hard work which has been put by all the team members. But Dr. Ramakrishna Reddy sir and Bajwa sir have always guided us. The whole plans, we've held a lot of Zoom meetings for these ISA quiz contests. So we want to have a better view. We want most of the postgraduates to be benefited by these quizzes because these are some of the questions which are generally asked in the exams or in the Viva. And once we give them the reference, so they can go back to the text and check it out also. So thank you so much, and we are looking forward for ISACon Patna.
Dr.
Thank you,
James
sir.
is also here. Dr. Jay Prakash.
Unmute yourself. Unmute Jay, unmute yourself.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. First, I would like to congratulate to Ramakrishna Reddy, sir. Because of his effort, we made a lot of questions and we are giving all the explanation with the references. So, I feel that this is a very good idea and definitely the young comers will be benefited.
Thank you, Dr.
Looking
Jay.
forward to see you all in ISACon Patna. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With this, I end my presentation. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
And the team of our ISA online quiz. Regarding the prizes, I think President Sir is generous enough to announce in the meeting of our award committee. So what type of prizes you will get? Probably cash prizes will be there, but I think the more important is the honor of the prizes that is important. So you will definitely get the report from the webmaster. We'll get the report who have got the maximum login and who have got the maximum correct responses and who has been regular in attending this quiz. So today we will upload another quiz tonight. So it will start another cycle. So thank you very much, Dr. Raminadi sir, and we hope that you will be doing the more innovation in this national conference at Patna. Thank you very much for that. Now, coming to the next part of the program, it started a long back, the private practitioner forum, and there are people, additional people. I think it was a combined efforts of all the academicians, the practitioners, and the governing councils of our ISA. Many of them are attending here also, because I don't know the exact details who were involved at that time, but that was a wonderful effort. And this time we have got a revised document. Revised document, as Dr. Divetya sir said, this is the positional statements, not as a guidelines, because guidelines, we require a robustness and a peer review as well as some evidence-based strength and evidence is all required. But these are advisories considering our Indian scenario. So in this revised guidelines, we are going to publish very soon. So I think you may get a copy of the book in the coming conference also. So I request Dr. Pankaj Gupta to proceed with the presentation of the revised PPF guidelines. Little revised, not completely, slightly revised guideline.
Thank you, Dr. Bajwa sir. It is indeed a proud moment for me to be presenting something which I have been working hard for the last quite some time. I thought I should start my presentation with we lost a very great person in the last few days. I think Mr. Ratan Tata's legacy will continue to inspire many generations together. His contributions to industry, society, and humanity are immeasurable and will be remembered with deep respect and admiration. I really wish there were many more like him in this world. It would make the world a better place to live in. Coming to the Private Practitioners Forum, I got involved with the PPF in 2016. I got a phone call from our dear friend Dr. Virendra Sharma. Dr. P.B. Mishra has asked him to start the PPF movement. So please, will you help me in starting the whole thing? So I immediately told him yes. Coming to the history of PPF that Dr. Bajwa just mentioned, it was in 1989 that Dr. Abhay Patwari and Dr. Parak started the PPF sessions in Hyderabad. After that, Dr. Shakil Momin continued the work. It was Dr. Brigadier Prabhakar and Dr. Chakra Rao sir, who I'm happy to see him on screen, who really involved me and instigated me to get into ISA. In 2016, after we started working, it was late Dr. B.B. Mishra, with whom we had the first PPF meeting. I feel it was in the Calcutta conference. You can see the meeting where Dr. Venkatgiri sir was the secretary. Dr. B.B. Mishra, you can see. Dr. Virendra Sharma, you can see. Dr. Bharat Bhushan, you can see. Dr. Navin Malhotra, you can see. So all of them were there in the first meeting where actually the whole thing started. Dr. B. Mishra sir instructed us to start off with the first guidelines. Later on, when Dr. Kuchala Babu was the president, we launched the first guidelines. Dr. Venkatgiri sir, Dr. Bhimeshwar sir, and Dr. Diwatiya sir have always been very helpful in the last few years since I've been involved in the PPF, and I really bow my head to all of them. These were the guidelines which were released in 2017, where Dr. Bala Bhaskar, Dr. Hasur, and Dr. Diwatiya sir, they were in the peer review committee, and they gave us the guidelines in the format that we have. I'm sure all of us have must have gone through this sometime or the other. The idea of starting new form of guidelines came to me because I came to know that our guidelines were being referred by the courts in the country. And I came across some cases where our guidelines were being quoted. So after that, I thought it's better that we update and upgrade our guidelines because the medical legal cases against anesthesiologists has increased in the last few years. The amount of compensation that anesthesiologists have been asked to pay is quite high. So that's why I thought it's very important. So for the last 1 year, I've been working on this. And a lot of people have asked me about what is this logo that you have made. Dr. Sandeep Sajan was the one who diagnosed our logo, where he's given a very strong base of ISA, because blue represents the sky, water, and it gives a very strong base. The ISA color, the star represents our 6 zones. 1989 is our formation year. Olive branch represents peace, and servant is for rejuvenation, and the Asclepius is conveys healing. Pranyanam Arthi Nashnam, that is conquering pain, is what is mentioned in the Marathi in the bottom just above 1989. And the black color implies that we are very much committed to the rules and regulations that laid down by the PPF and the ISA. Ever since I took over as a Governing Council member, we've been having regular webinars, which we decided to have it zone-wise. The idea of having it zone-wise because I thought that maybe we can get to know what are the problems in each zone. So that's why the first meeting was of the West Zone, where we discussed problems in the West Zone. We had very eminent speakers, Dr. Thorwat, Dr. Gandhi, Dr. Rasid Vaishnav, Dr. Sharma, Dr. Prajakta, Dr. Pradibha Kani. The session was very well moderated by Ganesh Tendulkar, Tejur Chauhan, Vikram Alsi, and it was followed by a panel discussion, which was just continuing and continuing. And I remember Diwati sir telling me, the 3 hours is more than enough. Please try to cut it down. So after that, all the other webinars were taken, over about a period of about 2 hours. We tried to have a webinar every last Tuesday of the week. And fortunately, most of the webinars have been very well attended. This was the second webinar of the South Zone, where Dr. Shyam Peri, Dr. Guru Prasad, Dr. Arunendra, Dr. Bala Venkat, they gave 15-minute talks. And moderators were Dr. Ala Prasanthi and Dr. Vibhavari Naik. Dr. Parak and Dr. Nori were the panelists. We had a very good discussion on various aspects of practice. Then we had the Central Zone, where the speakers were Dr. Subhash Chaturvedi, Dr. Syed, Dr. Apurva, Dr. Lavkush, Dr. Syed, I came to know he practices bronchoscopy, and he goes all over the his city trying to intubate patients wherever there is a difficult intubation. Dr. Apurva Agrawal had spearheaded the fight for remuneration in the city of Kanpur, and they came out with a basic charge structure, and so we had asked him to present his experiences. Dr. Lavkush Pandey had talked on how to convert investments into, more about investments. Then we had in the East Zone, we had a combined event for the East Zone and the Northeast Zone, which Dr. Bajwa sir was not happy that I didn't have a separate for the Northeast Zone. But if there is a requirement for it, we will definitely go ahead and do it. Dr. Amartya Das, Dr. Krishna Poda, Dr. Abid, Dr. Shamik Nandi, they all spoke on various topics. And we had a very good panel discussion again about the problems that are faced in the East Zone and the Northeast. Then we had the North Zone, which was again, this time there was a suggestion from Dr. Sunil Sethi that we should have more of a panel discussion. Let's not have any talks. We had a huge panel discussion with very eminent personalities from the North Zone, Dr. Avatar Singh, Dr. Ramesh Chatrat, Dr. Sushil Garg, Dr. Tej Kaul, Dr. Nandita, Dr. Vivek Srivastav, Dr. Rajiv Gupta, Dr. Renu, and Dr. Geetika. After this, after all the zones were covered, I thought let's start talking about topics that are very important for all practitioners. So first topic we covered was on insurance, all about insurance. Dr. Ala Prasanthi talked on how much indemnity insurance is enough for us. Dr. Anshul Diwa talked on health insurance. Then we covered travel insurance, vehicle insurance, life insurance and ULIPs. It was very well moderated by Dr. Ganesh Tendulkar and Dr. Rakesh Garg. We were happy to have him as a chairperson. In the recent conference at Daman, we had a specific request for having more about investment. So we had the PPF session that we have been having over in every state conference or national conference was converted into a session mainly for my investment point of view. We had 5 eminent speakers, and believe me, the hall was full. I mean, I really felt very happy that this was the hall you can see. And I hope that we have more of such talks, because parallel source of income or secondary source of income, I feel, is very important for all anesthesiologists, especially private practitioners. Coming to our position statements that we wanted to release today, rather than guidelines, as Dr. Bajwa rightly said, it should be mentioned as position statements. And we had formed a committee which was working for the last almost 6 to 8 months. And I feel it was in July that we could present it to the national GC members. It was edited, reedited many a times. I mean, all of them that are there, Dr. Virendra Sharma, Dr. Pratibha Kane, who was really the backbone of the whole document, because with medical legal backup, we could actually scrutinize every editing or every modification that was being done. She was very gracious enough to see the whole document from the medical legal point of view also. Dr. Vikas Nair, Dr. Ganesh Tendulkar, Dr. Arun Mehra, Dr. Mahesh Sinha, Dr. Apurva Agrawal, Dr. Bhadresha, Dr. Nilesh Nafde, Dr. Pramod Manohar, Dr. Pranav Gupta, Dr. Salyankar, Dr. Kalpesh Shah, Dr. Shashidhar, Dr. Ashita Rathod, Dr. Manoj, Dr. Gurmeet, all of them worked very hard to see that we have the document in the present state that it is being presented. Basically, what is the importance of this document? I feel they basically give any association and are the best method of protecting the interest of our members, especially in adverse circumstances. In case you have a medical legal case going against you, then obviously the court wants to know what are the guidelines being practiced in that particular city, or what is the standard of practice in that city. So that's why these guidelines become very important, and implementation in every city is utmost. They help newer members to work within the framework laid down and act as a ready reference for the court to know the standard practice in our country. A great deal of introspection and discussion has gone on for more than a year. The main idea is to promote safe anesthesia practices as the standards vary in every city. Believe me, I've been communicating with almost all the city branches, and just as every operation theater in the city is different, every city is also different. So that's why it's very important for every city to come together, bring unity among its members, and implement these guidelines or these position statements. The idea is to standardize our practices and see that there are very good operating conditions in every operation theater. Also, non-operating room anesthesia has become very important, and there are various guidelines today, and it has become risky to give anesthesia in these places. So I'm sure that is one thing which I feel everyone should be very careful about. we came across the WSA guidelines, which have really categorized the whole recommendations as highly recommended. And it's only these highly recommended standards which I feel we all should try to propose in every city. And the other guidelines that is suggested and recommended are basically laid down only to be applicable in poor resource settings, which I feel as practicing anesthesiologists, we should try to avoid having poor resource settings today. Every operation theatre in the country should be modified and made a proper standard. The annexures, we have classified the whole thing into highly recommended, but there are various annexures and which involve the preoperative patient declaration, the pre-anesthesia consulting, the anesthesia consent forms have been modified. The WSA recommendations we have incorporated in the statements. The who safe surgery checklist has been included. The anesthesia records have been modified even for the regional anesthesia. We have come up with a separate format. The LRAT scoring, I feel, is very important in today's practice, and all of private practitioners to definitely follow the LRAT scoring system for postoperative recovery and shifting the patients from the operation theatre. Also, we have come out with a postoperative handover or a discharge card. And even if you are, as a private practitioner, you're referring a patient to a higher center, please see that these forms are filled and only then the patient is shifted. The preoperative assessment, I feel it's very important to document because later on the patient cannot later deny that he has denied. I came across a very interesting case where the anesthesiologist in the notes had mentioned that the patient was an alcoholic, as he mentioned in the history. But later the patient's cashless claim was denied because this was not mentioned in the history when the patient had filled the form for the with the insurance. So I feel it's better that the patient first makes a declaration whether he's alcoholic or not, like in that particular case, because that patient has filed a case against the orthopedic surgeon, against the anesthetician, against the hospital, that my cashless claim was disallowed because your anesthetist mentioned that I take alcohol. So, these things have become very important. So I feel very important that every patient should have a declaration form first, and then we should look at other medical conditions. There are 4 forms: the preoperative patient declaration, the pre-anesthesia consulting form, the clinical assessment form, and the specific preoperative instructions for every patient for every surgery. The consent forms we have divided as informed consent for anesthesia and monitored anesthesia care. A separate informed consent for high-risk patients has been devised. And today, consent for transfusion and blood products has become very imperative because there are a lot of cases going on against the anesthesiologist just because of mismatched blood transfusion or some problem with the blood mismatch. The WSA has classified everything as highly recommended, and suggested, as I mentioned. And this we have specifically included in our position statements. The Who Safe Surgery checklist, I feel, is very, very vital in today. This one, it has really helps in screening and ruling out any negligence or anything which may have taken or not taken care of in the preoperative period. So I feel everyone should start following this. The anesthesia notes pro forma, as I said, we have devised. There was the peer committee review suggested that we should have the old guideline, old format also. So along with the old format, we have come out with newer formats for anesthesia notes, which are there in the guidelines. The post-op handover, discharge and shifting to higher center form, as I mentioned, I feel it is very important that these forms should always be filled. The LRAT score, as I mentioned, should always be taken care of before the patient is being shifted from the operation theatre. We have included 5 appendixes, that is the ASA-PS status, the modified cardiac index, which I feel is very, very important in cardiac patients posted for non-cardiac surgery. Now we have our own ISA fasting guidelines, which we have incorporated in the position statement. The stop bank score is very vital, especially in obesity, anesthesia. And we have our ISA investigation guidelines, which also we have incorporated in the statements. This we are aware of. This is the modified cardiac index. This is the ISA fast line recommendations. There are recommendations for feeding and also aspiration prophylaxis in adults. The fasting period, specifically for adults, obstetric, the bariatric surgery, and for pediatric patients. All the details are there in the statements. The stop bank score, we are all aware of. This has been incorporated. The ISA investigation guidelines. After that, we are coming to the sectioning, section 2, that is the functioning of city branches. I feel we have modified them a little. I feel regular monthly meetings is a must. Public awareness is woefully lacking, and I feel it's very important. Our almost every city branches now are having very good public awareness programs. Non-academic meetings are also as important, so that your bonhomie with the family and with the family members increases. Having family picnics and treks should be encouraged. Attending CMEs as a groups are definitely worthwhile because you spend more time with each other. All of us in private practice are busy getting to private practice cases. So I will try to form a group and attend conferences. Celebrating festivals, yes, if it makes a lot of sense to come together. New and junior colleagues should definitely be welcomed. Seniors should be duly respected in every city. I feel every city should have a grievance cell and also an emergency cell, so that in case of any problem, they should immediately rush to the help of the member who's having a problem. Having an office definitely helps. Most cities today are having their own office. Setting up minimum monitoring standards and a minimum charge structure in every city has already been advised by our national headquarters. A circular was sent out about last year, and I'm happy to say that about 25%, about 50 cities have already laid down their minimum charges. I request the other 150 cities to please come out, and maybe you have formulated and not send it across to our HQ or to me. So please do come out and send it across to me. I feel you can use media to your advantage to increase your public PRO. I feel having disaster management events helps a lot. I feel ISA PPF is doing all it can to help the private practitioners so that we can impact and change out today for a better tomorrow. Ethical conduct of anesthesia, I feel I've mentioned about it. PAC is absolute must. Your communication or documentation and documenting a communication is the only key to success in any medical cases. It's very important because you never know which case is going to go against you or case is going to be filed against you. So this is a very important line. Please optimize the patient before posting for surgery. Get proper investigation and references done. There's no harm in getting a reference done. And always document it. Consent forms I have already mentioned. One important thing I would like to discuss here, please do not indulge in undercutting of remuneration. The idea of every city having minimum charges is when a new person is come, he's targeted by some senior surgeons and asked to, pay, the surgeon tries to pay him lesser than what is the regular charge in the city. Please do not follow that. For my sincere request to every junior person who starts practice, please contact your office bearers in a city and take the city remuneration charges from them. And please do not charge anything below that. Above that, you are welcome to charge whatever you want to. But below that, I feel every city should not. If people are found doing that, please label them as a black sheep and manage them accordingly. Do not share professional responsibilities with Ayurvedic anesthesiologists. Take special care and caution because in case you are working with some Ayurvedic surgeons, be very careful with what you write on the notes. The ISA recommends that members consistently implement the WHO surgical checklist before inducing the patient and document it in the ISA recommended intraoperative record keeping charts. Remuneration, as I feel, is one of the most talked about things in private practice these days. This time, they have come out with guidelines which specify that, like some cities like Kanpur came out with remuneration on hourly basis. They decided that first hour will charge so much, second hour will charge so much. And if there's prolonged surgery from the third hour, this will have minimum charges. Some cities like to have remuneration on case basis. And actually, RVG, if it can be implemented throughout the country, it will be a very good thing. We tried implementing it in some cities, but it had its own problems. But I'll request every city to at least go through the Annexure 9 and Annexure 10 of the position statements and at least start this. RVG requires an app to make it more easy. In future, if possible, we'll try to have a dedicated RVG app, if possible, ISA or whatever. One of our members has started this app, but I feel right now it's not working. One very important statement I would like to give to all anesthesiologists. Please charge according to what you feel is your charges should be. Your charges should be independent of the surgeon's charges. I feel this is a very, very important take-home message I would like to give to every anesthesiologist in the country. I feel professional satisfaction, adequate and justifiable remuneration, financial independence is what we have been trying to inculcate in all our private practicing and all the anesthesiologists in the country. As I mentioned about the conference in Gujarat, the state conference was attended by about 50 members from outside the state just because we had kept a 3-hour discussion on alternative source of income. So financial independence is one thing I feel if every anesthesiologist can achieve, he can easily say no to any surgeon where he is not comfortable working with. Maybe his setup is not good, maybe he's not a good paymaster, or he does not start on time, or whatever. I believe in happiness quotient of every anesthesiologist in the country is very, very important. I always like to talk that be happy because happy people make more money. They are more productive at work. They are smarter and more creative. They are healthier and live longer. They have stable and fulfilling marriages. They have more friends. They are more generous. They cope better with stress. They are more resilient and have a very strong immune system. So who does not want to be happy in the world? I feel beautiful things happen in life only when we all are united. So please promote unity in every city branch. Every member should be united. Because it is only together we grow more. Be the change you want to change. Let the change start from yourself. This is a very famous saying by our great Mahatma Gandhi. Uh, Ratan Tata sir has always made another very nice statement. Don't be shy at the following, because if you're having old clothes, because of old clothes don't define your talent. If you have poor friends, doesn't matter because there is no status in friendship. Old parents should always be taken care of because what you are today is because of them. Simple living is what we should not shy away from because success can't be judged by appearance. I feel I conclude my talk by saying long live unity of all ISA members in each city branch. We have dreamt big, so please let us make it happen. I really thank Dr. Virendra Sharma and Dr. Sunil Sethi, who have always been with me for all the activities of PPF. And we have tried to bring a change. And I hope in the next 5 years or 10 years, PPF can have create a great impact in the private practice of India. Thank you. Thank you for the patient listening. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Pankaj, for such a nice elaboration of the revised PPF guidelines, although the content is in the books. And on the record, I want to say that there are people who had a very rigorous peer review of this document. And those, and not a single reviewer was from the private practice, they were from the academic institutes. They have helped to refine this document. So it is from the presentation, we can see how everyone has come together, whether from the institutes or from the editorial board or from the private practice. Everybody has come to to work together to make this document, which is going to be refined and reevaluated over the changing times and is going to be very helpful for the practitioners. And I think one day it will be just like it will purely become a guideline. Regarding that, the Northeast, because I've been a part of that Northeast for almost 5.5 years, and I will like to make everyone aware, North is a land of entirely a different culture, different traditions. The practitioners there are having a very, very different type of things, which I think the rest of the India. So when I say certain thing, because it has some evidence. So I think we will have that after the conference, we will have a seminars for the Northeastern practitioner also. They are working in a very, very, sometimes very adverse circumstances there. We have seen that. And coming to the revision and publishing, I think we will soon go for the publishing of the document. And I think in our GC meeting, we will conclude that how to distribute these published copies to the easily available to all the practitioners so that they can always see the documents whenever required for their personal knowledge and anything, I think, for a guidance also in their daily practice. That is, I think, a take from myself, and I just like Dr. Divetya sir also to comment upon this thing because he has been instrumental in refining, and now peer reviewing also. Divetya sir.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Bajwa. Thank you, Dr. Pankaj, for initiating this effort, and I think an effort on a lot of people's part, which has culminated in these guidelines. I have just 2 or 3 comments to make. One is general, that about 50 to 70 people attend these meetings that we've been having this whole week. So thank you very much for attending. And but what I would really appreciate is if each of you disseminates whatever messages and whatever activities that you've come to know of during these online week, to all your other members and all other your friends and colleagues, so that everyone knows what the ISA is trying to do and what the ISA is trying to do for its members and so on. As far as the guidelines are concerned, they are they are quite up to date. And one of the important things about this position statement or the guidelines is, one is, of course, it is to help us perform better and to do better for our patients and to do better for ourselves. But it is also, you can talk to your nursing home owners, you can talk to the surgeons, you can talk to your hospitals and say that this is the professional guidance given by our society, and these are the kind of equipment that you must get for us. These are the sort of drugs and equipment that must be available in the OT. So then there is some pressure and there is some basis on which you can put pressure on your nursing homes and nursing home owners and surgeons or gynecs or whoever runs your nursing homes. And you should use these guidelines not only for our professional improvement, but to put pressure on nursing hospital administrations to do these things for us. So one very typical example I like to quote is end-tidal carbon dioxide. For us, it is the best test for endotracheal intubation, but nobody has end-tidal carbon dioxide in the OT. The persons only use end-tidal carbon dioxide when the surgeon wants to do laparoscopic surgery. Right. So now we have to show that, look, we need this for intubation. This is part of our national guideline. Now, many people will say, oh, no, but if we don't have, then will we be held negligent? And, because your guideline says and you didn't have. So this is a starting point. If you don't have, you should use these guidelines to make sure you get it. Maybe in the next 6 months, maybe in the next 1 year or the next 2 years. But this is something we have to aim for. And that is why such guidelines or position statements are extremely important. So I think, congratulations to the private practitioners group for doing this. And while we have a private practitioners forum, I think we are all intensivists, and whether we are academicians, corporate hospitals, private practitioners, or whatever sort of practice we are doing, I think we are all together in this, and it helps all of us. So please take this positively and spread the message. Tell everyone that there's a position statement that has come out, and we will try and disseminate this as far as possible. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Can I talk one word?
Yeah, Dr. Chakravarti, sir. Chakravarti, sir, please.
What I wanted to say is we are coming to a saturation. There are a number of medical colleges with post-graduation, and the seats of post-graduation has been increased. And now there is a statement by 2027, there will be a surplus amount of the specialists available, and these specialists are not going to the villages. So there will be a lot of issues regarding the payments, because we will be, when there is a more commodity, it will be sold for a cheaper price. And another thing is the appointment of or employing Ayurvedic and homeopathic doctors on night duties in ICUs. So this should be immediately stopped. Otherwise, our people will not be having any jobs, even as a duty doctor. So these are also I request like Pankaj and all these people to consider these points also when you are thinking of it. It is not only the charges per case, it is the whole life of the anesthetist will be at a stake if we are producing more anesthesiologists and we are selling our technical goods to a cheaper rate. So I request all you people think on these lines also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your this guidance. You have always been a guiding spirit for us. And anybody wants to add to this PPF? Because sorry, Vimeshwar, sir. Sir, your voice is slightly breaking. Vimeshwar, sir, your voice is slightly breaking in between. I think, sir, we are not able to hear properly.
I'll talk to you.
Yeah, sir, we will listen from you once you come in good network.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else want to make a comment or a suggestion regarding the PPF? Because this is one of the wonderful program.
Anyone from the committee is there? Anyone from the committee by any chance? Dr. Pratibha Kane?
Let them.
Dr. Virendra Sharma, yes.
Dr. Virendra Sharma is there.
See, one information for all. Dr. Pankaj, by mistake, see, if someone might have remembered, but since I was involved with you, the first guidelines, they were reviewed by Brigadier Prabhakar, Dr. Harsur and Dr. Divetiya. So you have replaced Brigadier Prabhakar with Dr. Balabhaskar, and
I'm
I
sorry.
correct that because Prabhakar
Okay.
sir's contribution was not only individually going through them, but he was also involved in compiling them. So sorry, but I had to correct it. Thank you.
No, thank you. Good, I came to know that.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Virender, for I was also wondering actually, because Dr. Brigadier Prabhakar, though I know for a long time, and his contribution to IS has been immense.
Can I
Dr.
speak,
Srinivas
sir?
Kulkarni, sir, you just speak, and after that we'll come with the next program. Please, Dr. Srinivas.
Yeah. Sir, Chakrao sir said aptly that Ayush people should be taken a challenge for this because see, they are allowed to practice allopathy. It becomes a quackery. So it should be banned by all the doctors. So if they
Yes.
are at all practicing, they can practice Ayurveda. If they are practicing allopathy, it becomes a quackery according to the Constitution of India. And IMA, whatever the rules they have found out, it is becomes a quackery, so that it should be abandoned immediately, and we should protest for that also. And all the, not only our profession, all the departments, whatever you take, super specialty, specialty, all the things, they also get affected by this one. So
Yeah.
Ayurvedic doctors, which they are practicing allopathy, should be always, we should make association letters, and all the branches should submit to the central government and NMC, through NMC also.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Kulkarni, sir. I think you are right here, because it's not just our profession suffering because of that. Almost every professional, maybe a medicine person, maybe, you know, a gynec, or maybe anything, the OPDs or even the ICUs or the wards and the hospital, we have seen them everywhere in the country. So appropriate, I think it's always a combined approach of all the specialties and super specialties to counter this thing, rather than anesthesiologists alone fighting the case. It's all.
Yeah, we have to involve everyone.
Dr. Chakrao said rightly, because in ICU, it's our domain, and even in the anesthesia part also, in the OTs also, it's our domain. There we have to take our stand. Otherwise, we have to be combining with other specialties and super specialties to counter this one. I think.
Good evening. Good evening, Dr. Bajwa. Can I say a word?
Yeah, ma'am. See, 1 minute is there. You can say 1 minute, then we move to the next program, ma'am.
All right. So just for everybody who thinks that these guidelines might hinder them or reduce their position if there is a case against them, the guidelines very clearly, I mean, this position statement right now clearly states that it can be modified according to resource availability. And like you rightly said, that we have to go up towards the highly recommended status.
Yes.
So the
Thank you,
first
ma'am.
line actually is that these can be modified according to resource availability.
Yeah, with the time, I think with evolving time and evolution, they will become more stronger and stronger with more of the inputs coming from everyone. So definitely, your inputs are always very, very important for us. I think Dr. Pankaj, a very comprehensive coverage, and I think on behalf of entire ASA, Dr. Chakrao sir, I think published during his time, as rightly pointed out. So I think we have gone a far way. It has to start somewhere, and it goes just like the Anaesthesia Week started this year under the able guidance of Dr.
You're
Divetiya,
excellent, actually.
and it will go further now. So
To my
everything.
satisfaction.
Yeah. So this was the second program. Now coming to third program of today, and it's one of the most close to the heart of many. Close to the heart, close to the soul, close to the life of our own FBF. We have got our president, secretary, vice president, sir, everybody, and many more are there from the committees. So I request Parak sir and Sugu Varghese just to you can initiate the proceedings from here. You just make us aware so everybody can interact with you people directly here. Dr. Sugu Varghese, unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good evening to all. Very happy to be here with you all. Thank you to our President and Secretary, Dr. Bajwa, and the esteemed GC members. Let me share a short description about our ISA-FBF. Can I have
You
the
want me to
slide?
share the screen?
Yes,
You want
sir.
me to share the screen?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I will just share. Just wait. Is it visible, Dr. Sugu, to you?
Yeah.
So you can tell me whenever you turn to next slide, I will turn.
Okay. As you notice this screen, this is the Family Benevolent Fund of Indian Society of Anesthesiologists. Our aims and objectives of ISA-FBF. Next slide, sir. Sir, our main aim is to provide an immediate, substantial financial assistance to our deceased family members. Second, as you know that we change from the scheme to the fund. This is the fund by the doctors for the deceased members of our own fraternity. And to promote ISA life membership, it is vice versa. Because as you know, IMA, we had the similar program started in 1996 onwards. Later, we also started the same program. Once we are having more number of members in ISA-FBF, more aspirants will be there for joining ISA also. It is vice versa. Next slide, sir. Eligibility for the membership. Any life member or associate member can join the fund. That doesn't mean there's any claim for the same, because they have to wait for the window period, or they are to pay each year DFC, that is death fraternity contribution, they have to pay. If they are a defaulter, they may not be eligible for this scheme. Members below the age of 60 not allowed at this time. Once we crossed 5,000 members.
Above 60. Dr. Sugu, above 60, not below.
At present, below 60, members above the age of 60 are not eligible to join the fund. Couple should independently. The advantage is premium is very minimal when you compare with any insurance. This is a very minimal premium from 2000 to 2024. The substantial security increase with the number of members. Say an example, if you are having 5,000 members into 300, that will be the amount we will be able to give it. So one more advantage, no medical certificate is needed for joining ISA-FBF. And it is very easy and early settlement. Once we receive the claim form, within 7 days, we used to send our death fraternity contribution to the local city branch or state city branch. Death fraternity contribution will increase with the number of members. History of ISA-FBF. With good intention, our AP leaders like Parekh sir, Surendra Reddy sir, Chakrao sir, started with this noble venture in consideration with the IMA when they are losing so many young members below the age of 40 or 50. They had an idea to start it in Andhra Pradesh. They started in a very good momentum under the leadership of the 3 eminent leaders. In 2000, Dr. B. Radhakrishnan, as a national secretary, he advised them to involve all the ISA members entire the India. Then Chakrao sir was the convener, and our and Tagore sir was the treasurer for the same thing and working in a beautiful manner till 2013. In 2013, ISA National decided to take over to ISA under our ISA National GC. In 2013 in Guwahati and later in Madurai, we decided to take over by ISA National with Dr. J. Ragnathan as a president, Sugu Varghese as a secretary, Abraham Cherian as a treasurer, we started this noble venture for ISA. Later in 2019, we had a little bit improvement in our ISA FBF, and we conducted election, and the present managing committee under President as Dr. S.E. Parekh, Vice President as Asit Vaishnav, Honorary Secretary myself, Dr. Sugu Varghese, Treasurer Abraham Cherian, and Joint Secretary Dinesh Sood, and we have a 6 GC member from the every zone. Now, next slide, sir. Next slide. Now, as per our discussion in our last general body meeting in ISA FBF as well as in ISA National, so far we were doing it everything by manually only. Majority of the work of you all know that majority of the work are done by me only with a part-time office. We have to be a little bit modern. We switched to an online system. Now we are having a website which is incorporated with ISA National. Our website name is www.isafbfnational.in, where you can have you can register by online. You can pay your death fraternity contribution and everything by online. Everything will be done within three minutes. In such a way we manage. Now, majority of the question, how I will be able to join ISA FBF? What are the free searches? It is divided into 7 categories, depend upon your age. Less than 30, it starts from 2,000 up to the 60, it will be 15,000. I think the slide itself is very clear. I need not to go through much for that, for the time consuming. For those who are all not able to log in by the online, still we are having a application form. That's our application. Next slide, sir. This is our application form. Next slide, sir. This is our application. You can download our application and forward to our office. And regarding the claim form, this is our claim form. Whenever a demise occurs, secretary, any state's city branch secretary, president, or state branch, or from national GC members, they can download, fill up, and forward to our office. Claim form to be downloaded from the website and duly attested by the ISA city branch office base, as I said. Relevant copies, only minimum relevant copy of medical certificate of cause of death, ISA FBF original certificate is needed, and the PAN card and the bank authorities signature for the first nominee. The entire claim amount will be delivered to only the first nominee because we had so many issues during the last 10 years. This, in case of first nominee is not available, the demise occur, the second nominee will get, and so on, that 3 nominees will be there. The contribution of fraternity fund payment, it is calculated in a simple way. How many members are paid on 31st March of previous years, number of members into 300. Next slide, sir. Kindly go through. This year, we lost 7 esteemed members, and we were able to pay from 6 lakhs to 6 lakhs 48. This is depend upon the date of death. As I said earlier, it will change from if they are expired before the March. That time we will be calculating. But after the March, the new calculation will go. That's why this difference. Kindly note the payment they were paid. Total payment were paid only 24,200, where we were able to give the family around 6 lakhs plus. Now, how to increase this amount to at least lakh by 2026? Kindly go through this slide. Simple calculation. At present, we are having total numbers were paid only we were able to give only 5 lakhs 20 46,000 only. If you are having another 1,700 new members, the calculation will go as 5,25,000. Please calculate 6,48,000 plus 5,25,000. It will be 11 lakh rupee plus will be there. We are at present, we are having 175 plus branches. I think it's 190, I believe that. So if you are all able to register from each city branch, at least by 5 members. Smaller city branch, let it be 3. Major city branch can register more than 20. So if you are all work together, I think by 2026, we can be able to project this amount. Next slide, sir. As I earlier said, it's up to the age of 60. Now we are having the easy mode for the payment by online by ISA website, or older version also you can do by check, DD, or NEFT, IMPS to our account. Next slide, sir.
This is done, I think. Go to next.
It's a frequently asked question. It is elaborately in our website. I won't take your much time for this one. It is all the frequently asked question. Kindly visit our website. Next question. Next slide, please. Next slide. Hello?
Yeah, this is the last slide, Dr. Sugu. Take home message.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, audible.
Hello?
Yeah, Dr. Sugu.
So we can hear you.
We can hear you. Dr. Parak, you can also speak on behalf of Dr. Sugu. I think his connection may have lost. Dr. Parak, sir, unmute yourself.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, audible, sir. You can finish this thing. Take home message.
Day before day, we lost one anesthetist from Hyderabad at the age of 40 years. And unfortunately, he was not a member of FBF. So what I want to stress is that younger people should join at a early so that their family is protected. And another thing is we have introduced a 30 years rule that after paying 30 years continuously, you don't have to pay. So you can finish this obligation by joining early before your retirement. After that, you don't have to pay anything, but you will get the same benefit.
And who will pay for
Because
you?
we will pay from the
You are not paying. Who will pay for
from
you?
the corp.
Yeah, Parak sir, you are right here. Actually, now even the last GBM in Gurugram, sir, I will tell you, the last GBM Gurugram, it was conveyed to everyone that all the executive members of the state have to be compulsorily be the member of FBF. So I think who are present, even they have to hold the office, they have to take the membership of FBF. That is compulsory. It has become compulsory for every state holder also, sir.
It has helped us.
So Reddy sir can also tell us about this thing.
I wanted to say a few words.
Yeah, please, sir. Chakrao sir, please.
Regarding this, the payment, actually, previously at one time, there is one-time payment was also there. Pay 1 lakh and be a member, and you need not worry for the installment and every year payment, because some people we are forgetting, we are not doing this and all. There were a lot of complaints and all those things. Actually,
up to 6 that introduces the existing even now.
Even now, it is not reflected in the presentation. And another thing is, my suggestion is for the people who are dying below 45 years, they will be having a lot of issues, financial issues. Probably they have taken a car on loan or a flat on loan or something. So for them, let us pay instead of 300 rupees, let us pay 600 rupees or 1,000, so that they will be benefited. For us, it is only a few hundreds more and nothing else. And for the people, other people more than 45 years, keep it as it is. No need to increase. Otherwise, you increase for everybody 500 and 1,000 or something like that. It will go. That also will increase this because it was when it was started in 2000, it is 300 rupees. Now the 300 rupees has got a very small value. Now I think it can be increased to 500. And for people who died below 45 years, has to be collected.
Hello, Bajwa. I lost the connection. Please
Just
unmute
Dr.
me.
Dr. Sugu, just wait for 1 minute. Dr. Chakra, let Dr. Chakra sir complete.
I'm not finished my.
Just wait. Yeah, Chakra sir, complete the thing.
That is the thing. We have to give more benefit for the people who have lost their lives below 45 years. That is my contention.
Yeah, I think, sir, this suggestion is very important. Especially, I think when some office bearers are there, I think everybody has to take a membership at the state and city level. A contribution of 500 rupees is nothing nowadays, and definitely the people who have taken home loan or a car loan or something, it must be under pressure. The family should not undergo pressure after the demise. This is a very, very important suggestion. And this time, I think, sir, we will bring it up in our GBM also, this agenda, with the permission of the president. So we will discuss in the GBM and get approval for these type of things also. Good suggestion, sir. Dr. Sugu,
Listen to me. Hello.
Dr. Sugu, you are audible.
Yeah, now it's audible. Listen to me. I just noted Parek's comment. It was started with 200. Later in 2016, we changed to 300 rupees. Initially, it was with 200 rupees only. In 2016, we increased to 300 rupees. With this are also very difficult to collect it. You may not be knowing, hardly 600 people will pay initially. After that, I have to go around each members.
Yeah,
this is the pathetic situation here. The practical situation running is totally, and we are in a financial institution. We cannot differentiate X or Y. That's the one thing. Anyway, that we will have a great discussion in our general body meeting and the GC meeting in Patna. And before concluding me, let me share you all with you. 20 days back, hope you all came to know that our Girish is expired.
Not 20 days,
Yesterday, yeah.
In charge of Secretary and Treasurer at the age of. Hello?
Dr. Sugu, your voice is breaking in between. Your connection is getting lost.
Hope you came to know that our.
We know the age of Girish, not only Girish, many people below 45. That's why I'm raising this.
Yeah. So, Dr. Sugu, I think we have heard you. Your message is loud and clear to everyone here in the audience. So, we have taken this presentation is very well presented. Almost everything covered comprehensively. And Dr. Parak completed the last 2 slides which you left. So now I think we wanted I think Dr. Bhimeshwar sir was saying something at that time. We disturbed him because his voice was not audible, breaking.
Yeah, this was in connection with that PPF thing and the guidelines, everything.
Yes, sir.
Initially, way back, I'm sure Brigadier Prabhakar, that time even Dr. Parameshwara was also there in the council. That was this is in my continuation to what Dr. Divetia was telling about entitled CO2 and all. So that time, it was discussed that if we put these guidelines as mandatory guidelines, it was because that day we were making the minimum monitoring standard guidelines. So that time, a proposal had come that if we say it is mandatory, then if somebody goes to court, it is shown as your own society is showing it as mandatory. So why didn't you not have an entitled CO2? That was the discussion. So at that point of time, another clause was introduced by Meenakshi Sundaram. He was also there in the council at that time. He said, why not we have something like mandatory as well as desirable? Something like that. So this desirable thing should not be lifelong. It has to be for a minimum of maybe 1 or 2 years, not more than that. So that type of a suggestion had come. This is what I wanted to say. when Dr. Divetya was mentioning about the ETCO2 monitor. Thank you.
Sir, this
Thank you,
time,
sir.
can I just make a comment on that, sir? So that's why, according
Sorry.
to WFSA, they have now come out with the guidelines as highly recommended, and suggested.
Yeah, so I think we'll go into that later. We've recommended. So for us,
Yes.
it is recommended.
Yes.
WFC has also come out with a document promoting capnography across the world, and actually they've sent a statement for ISA to sign. I think Dr. Bajwa will also have got that email. Need to look at that. Okay, so they are promoting like it was global oximetry a few years back. It is now global capnography is the trend that is happening. So we are, like Dimeshwar said, we have desirable cannot remain desirable for the next 25 years. It has to be progressed to recommended within the next 2 or 3 years or whatever number.
That's right, sir.
Yeah. So I think thank you, Dr. Sugu and Dr. Parak for
Regarding FF,
about FBF.
Yeah.
Quick
So
comment.
Dr. Srinivas want to add something?
Yes, sir. Please
Yeah.
Let
comment.
Dr. Srinivas.
I am just may say you that 1 lakh rupees is discontinued, first thing. Then second thing is, if you are paying 500, nowadays the youngsters and also other people are increasing. About 10 people dying means 5,000 for each member has to pay. Second thing. Third thing is the joining of the members. It has to be come from the root level. So that the increase in the members can increase the remuneration amount. That is most important. So if you increase the membership, even though 300, 200, whatever the amount, it will become a big amount. You should not increase membership fees for each member. You should be increasing members in the society so that the amount will increase for giving the demised family. That's the orientation should be there for all the people who are joining ISA associate members to members, and they are joining. They should also made to join ISA FBF. Then only definitely it will become a big for the helping the people of our own association, because nowadays the population is increasing first of all. Second, our people are getting younger age group having many diseases like many tension, stress, all these things making them to we are going to COVID like things also. So such situations we are helping the family so that it will become a big help from the society to the our own people. So we have to make some rules that some suggestions to all the branches of our own branches, our own members, to make them members of FAF.
Yeah,
Sir,
definitely.
sir, one second, one second only I will take it. I am Sugu. Let me answer for this one. After we started our online, I'm happy to inform you, 172 members were newly joined in our ISAFBF. And I'm very happy because of the effort of Dr. Bajwa, 7 members were joined in last week by online. This is how we, the seniors, have to take little more importance.
Yes.
We cannot compel anybody. We cannot ask them, you have to join. It is an open forum only. It's an open only whether I have to join here or not. Because that's why I mentioned about our, just now our department leader from Telangana, just now Parekh sir was asking me whether he is a member of ISAFBF. He was talked to me 15 days back. But unfortunately, at the age of 39, we lost him, being an ISA leader from Telangana. He would have been joined. That's what, sir. So the Bajwa and our Vivedyas are taken a very good decision that next year onwards, if the city branch level, if it is implemented, timing, let it one by one, let we go, so that we will be more involved with our grassroots level. Next year, in our general body, if all the city branch GC members are enrolling, I am confident that out of 190 into 10, how much it will be there? Leave it above the age of 60. Another 800 members will be joining in 25.
Dr. Sugu, we got the message. Dr. Sugu, we got your message. Definitely, everybody of us will work with suggestions and ideas how to enhance it, how to take it, how to make it more stronger. we will have our discussion in the GVM of FBF
Yeah,
as well as
not in this social media. We will have our own person.
not here. I think the message is loud and clear. We have seen the FBF doing very well now.
What I suggest is you can include one column in the ISA membership form only.
Then your
ISA
suggestions have been noted, sir. It will definitely be taken into
Will do
consideration.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Dr.
So,
Sugu, Dr. Sugu, my
Thank you,
request to present 2-minute slide each and every conference, state conference, and ISA sponsor CME and workshop, so that our new
Yes, sir.
member
Yes, sir.
know about the FBF and
Yeah.
increase strength of the membership of FBF.
So, Dr.
it
Manoj,
is-
it's a very good suggestion. I will give you idea. For in this conference, make a 2 minutes video which can be circulated to every state and city branches. Whenever they are going to have an academic event, they can play that video. It will highlighting the advantages of joining the.
Number 2, sir, one more suggestion. Kindly give me an office nearby for ISA ABF also, so that
You
the
will
members
get,
can,
you will
new
get,
members
don't
can
worry, you
go.
will get. Dr. Manoj is very
Okay,
kind-hearted.
okay.
Okay, Manoj.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, Manoj.
Noted.
Thank you so much, Manoj.
Noted.
Divitya, sir, your
Noted, sir.
concluding remark regarding this program now. Concluding remarks, sir.
So I think thank you, Dr. Sugu, Dr. Parak, and Dr. Srivas Kulkarni and the FPF team. The whole idea was to make the membership and everyone aware of FPF and what the potential benefits are. And again, my appeal is that of 50 people attending this meeting and maybe more on YouTube, please spread the message everywhere we go. It's nice to say that we've got this program. It is, we always say, oh my God, how tragic some young person died. But one way all of us who are surviving, who can help the family of that person who's tragically passed away, is by becoming members of FPF and maintaining our DFC contributions in a timely fashion. I think so. I think the whole idea of creating awareness will work if all of us disseminate this information wherever we are and to all our friends and colleagues. Yeah, so thank you all again for joining. We'll move on to the next segment, Dr. Bajwa.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Now, today we have got 2 prestigious awards which were discussed in the GC and finalized. First of them is the Lifetime Achievement Award, which we used to give to our past presidents. So this time, I think Dr. Divitya will announce the name of our esteemed past president who is going to be bestowed with this honor. So I will be displaying his CV. And Dr. Divitya sir, can you please just show let me share the slide first.
Yeah, so I think it is our proud privilege to announce the ISA Lifetime Achievement Award. And this year it is given to a past president of the ISA who has obviously contributed immensely to the growth and prestige and stature of the ISA with his or her contributions to the ISA. And this year we are giving this award to Dr. S.P. Singh, Dr. Samarendra Pratap Singh from Darbhanga. He was a former Vice Chancellor of the LNM University in Darbhanga and Aryabhat Knowledge University, Patna. Dr. S.P. Singh, that's his CV. He's very well.
Sir, you can just highlight the CV. People will be able to read. I think I will be doing the cursor downward.
So I think he's had many important positions in academic sort of situations. My personal interaction was with him when he came as the Medical Council of India inspector for our hospital, Tata Memorial Hospital, many years ago. And that's when I came in contact with him for the very first time. And, he's been, he's got a huge CV and obviously is most deserving candidate for this ISA Lifetime Achievement Award. It is also a great honor and a great privilege that he is getting this award where the Bihar-Jharkhand State ISA is hosting the national conference. So that's a double prestige and a double celebration for the Bihar-Jharkhand Society of Anesthesiologists, that one of their very own, Dr. S.P. Singh, will get that award in Patna during ISACON Patna 2024.
Thank you, sir. Divatiya sir, thank you so much. Dr. S.P. Singh is my guide during my PG time. So I'm very feeling proud when Dr. S.P. Singh will get the award. Thank you so much to ICA National. I conveyed message to Dr. S.P. Singh.
So I
just
think
now.
just as a gesture of applause, I know we can't all clap, but let's just raise our hands in applause for Dr. S.P. Singh.
Thank you, sir.
So we will be honoring Dr. S.P. Singh sir with a citation with a silver plaque, which is already under the making, and we will be presenting on the stage on the second day of the conference. So moving on to the next award, it is the AP Single Lifetime Achievement Award. We had a discussion in our GC meeting at Patna, and it was unanimously decided, considering the CV of the applicants. So I request Dr. Divetya sir to share the name. So I will be sharing the CV.
Yeah, so the Dr. AP Single Lifetime Achievement Award is given to someone who's not been a president of the ISA, and this is decided by the governing council. And this year we have unanimously decided to award it to Dr. M.R. Rajgopal from Trivandrum. And I think Dr. M.R. Rajgopal, Padma Shri M.R. Rajgopal deserves, I mean, that doesn't really need much introduction to anyone who's in anesthesiology, and especially someone who's doing palliative care. He's been the doyen of palliative care medicine in India. He's brought palliative care, the Kerala model of palliative care, or the Trivandrum model, to the world, and he has really shown how we can give effective palliative care even in a country like India, where morphine availability and so on was a challenge for many, many years. And if you meet Dr. Rajgopal, he's such a humble, low-key human being, a great human being, but he's done a giant in his field, and he's done magnificent work in the field of palliative care. And I think in honoring Dr. Rajgopal, actually, ISA is honoring itself. So I think let's congratulate Dr. M.R. Rajgopal for this Dr. AP Single Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah, it's a huge CV, sir. That's huge, and many awards. And with the Padam Shri, we should be calling these people as Padam Shri, starting with the. So that's a way to honor our, a very prestigious ISM member with the AP Single Lifetime Achievement Awards. A sir will be bestowed with the same honor, a silver plaque, citation, and a medal. And then the cash prizes are also there, 25,000 rupees. So we will be honoring our president against this one, AP Single Lifetime Achievement on the second day of the conference. So these were the two prestigious awards. And there are a few awards, I think Dr. Divetya sir will be saying.
So there are some other awards which we have.
Sorry, sir. We have to raise our hands for the applause. Sorry, sir. I just could not see. We have to raise our hands here. So, Divetya sir, sorry for that. I could not see.
Yes. So then there are other awards which we will be deciding tonight, right, in the governing council meeting.
Yes, sir.
And we will announce them tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow evening, sir.
Yeah.
With other awards also there.
Yeah, other awards. So tomorrow we'll announce awards like various academic awards like the Bhojraj Award, the Sashi Chandra Award, the Bhopal Award for Academic Excellence, Rukmini Pandit Award, and others. So we'll be announcing tomorrow. We will also announce. If you remember, we had a music a contest for jingles, for poems and paintings depicting and the anesthesiologist specialist. We had almost over 250 entries, and we will be declaring the results of those competition tomorrow as well. So I think tomorrow there'll be lots of awards and lots of claps and lots of exciting statements and poems and music and so on, which we will see. So that we'll do tomorrow.
That will be coming in the message, sir. It will be circulated throughout the country in the early morning. So let's keep other things as a surprise. So we will be doing that along with the awards.
You kept a prize, for someone who attends the quiz most regularly. I think you can keep a prize for someone who's attended all our ISA week meetings. And I can see 2 or 3 people.
So we will see the recording.
I have a prize for that.
I think there are more than more than 15 people who are regularly attending the entire
We'll
week.
wait to last the whole week and then we give the prize.
Both
That's
Bajwa and President both will take it.
No, so that is our duty.
no, sir. No, sir. Sir, GC members are not qualified to take it.
Oh, that's nice. That's
That is our
nice.
duty, sir. That is our duty.
Yeah, that's nice.
But the others are joining out of interest and hopefully they are passing on the message to the others. So I think that is the beauty of it.
I think, sir, what happens because it's a long weekend, first time people are experiencing it. I think with the next year, when we are going to celebrate this week, more people will be joining because whatever the results this Anaesthesia week is going to give, it will be a boost to our fraternity and our specialty. So next year, the same week will invite many more joining people to this type of programs. And I think before concluding, anybody wants to suggest or give feedback, they can raise their hands and they can give suggestions, whatever they want, because today's program has ended. Just for 5 minutes, we can have a small chat. We can have a small.
Somebody started awarding prizes to themselves, so it's okay. So that's a good sign.
दिवाटिया सर, अरे जीसी मेंबर को भी मिलना चाहिए प्राइज.
नहीं.
Dr. Manoj, please don't create because GC members are not eligible for any prize, even for the nomination also.
अरे वो नहीं, ऑफिशियल नहीं. अरे दिवाटिया सर के सेशन में जो जीसी मेंबर बहुत अच्छा काम किया, जैसे ट्रेजरर बहुत अच्छा काम किया, तो मिलना चाहिए कुछ फूल वूल,
So
कुछ भी मिलना चाहिए.
Manoj, you can give to all the GC when we come to Patna.
सर लेकिन ये सर दिवाटिया सर से हम लोग मांग रहे हैं. हम लोग इतना मेहनत किए सर, कुछ तो एक टोकन ऑफ लव मिलना चाहिए सर से.
आपको बहुत लव मिलेगा, घबराओ मत मनोज.
सर स्पेशल पार्टी देने ही वाले हैं वैसे भी दिवाटिया सर.
आपको टोकन लव मिलेगा,
I want to
लव मिलेगा.
President sir. President sir, I want to
give more suggestions, please. Yeah,
President sir.
Ganesh Prabhu sir.
Yeah, Ganesh Prabhu sir.
Yes, sir. Our initiative of celebrating the ISA week is very well going on. So I really appreciate our president and secretary and all the GC members for conducting this program is very well. I really applaud you. Hats up to all the members. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
So you are very much part of the team.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Dr. Mohan Pathak, sir, you unmute yourself.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah.
I had met
you are audible, sir.
Devatia. I met Dr. Devatia when he was in Tata Memorial Hospital. That time his recovery center was, we were highly impressed because we came from Nagpur and went to Tata Hospital. Their operation theater and ICU all were managed very well by anesthetists only. And that time Dr. Upadhyay, Dr. Sharma and Dr. Jigi, Devatia were there and our friends were working there. Secondly, I want to say I had attended most of the meetings, and I received the prize. Most meeting I attended in Pune, I say local bodies. Third thing I want to say, see, there are general guidelines for the nursing home. We are not still getting adequate facility. Work in corporate hospital like Ruby Hall, Jahangir also. But in private setup, they have not made it compulsory. You talk of ATCO2, they have not even arranging monitors. So it should be made compulsory. Whoever is starting operation theater and nursing home, they should compulsorily make some facilities. It should be mandatory for them. This much I want to tell.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
For your feedback, Dr. Rasesh.
May I, sir?
Yes, please, Dr. Diwan.
Thank you so much, the President, sir, Secretary, and all the Governing Council members. The thing which I want to appreciate is this initiative of pre-World Anesthesia Day week celebration. And let me tell you, I've been attending almost every day. The things which information I am getting, in spite involved in a lot of activities in ISA, is something phenomenal. I never had an idea how the family benefit fund evolved, how the PPF evolved in last 10 years. So it's the legends and the leaders of last 10 years which have brought this today. This governing council is bringing in just 1 week. It's really commendable, and I appreciate this initiative from the president, sir, secretary, and all the governing council members. I started feeling that if this activity, not in this week, but can be done every month with propagating the activities, what we have done in that particular month can be initiated also in the next year. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
Dr. Bajwa, can I speak?
Thank you, Dr. Devan.
And let Dr. Divetya sir respond to the comments of Dr. Devan sir.
So, Dr. Devan, we are doing so many things. Some months nothing happens. Sometimes so many things happen in 1 month. And yeah, so, but it's a good suggestion. Maybe we can have periodic updates on what the ISA is doing. But for the first time, we thought let's do it during just around the World Anesthesia Day. And we'll consolidate everything that we have done or are planning to do, or even some of the other programs like FVF, which we have not started, but which have been going on for years. But we think members or the IJA for that matter, or the vapor, which people should be aware of that. So that's because that's all part of the ISA, and that's all that's happening with ISA. So yeah, thank you, Dr. Sharma. Sharma.
Yeah. Big congratulations to the whole governing council for starting this celebration week. And as far as attendance, what was mentioned, basically in our part, it was a festive season, and evenings we all get involved with family. So Durga Puja and all those things. But one thing I wanted to especially mention and congratulate all of you that this time, first time the GC and the ISA president himself is declaring the awards for the information of the members, and that too well within the time. I mean, if we continue this tradition, it's a very good thing, and really congratulate the whole GC to decide all these awards in time and declare them openly in front of all the members. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma. Coming from you, it's a big compliment.
Yeah. Okay. I think we can. Okay, Bajwa.
Yeah, I think its time is now 7:40. We should be concluding, and it was a very good program. The entire thing, FBF has been properly showcased, and it's a new idea of 2 minutes video in every by Dr. Manoj, that it should be played in every CME, every state or zonal conference to make it more popular. And further ideas will be discussed during the GBM of FBF as well as our ISA GBM at Patna. And regarding the awards, I think it's a prestigious award. Dr. Virendra Sharma said rightly, in declaring in front of that, in the front of the crowd, it's a good decision, and we appreciate that gesture also by Dr. Virendra Sharma. And now in the future also, I think more evolutions will be coming. I think after the next 1 year, Dr. Divetya sir will be taking over as academic chair, and the current academic chair has done his bit in a very, very fine manner, where we have led into these type of decisions. So I can see the smile coming from Dr. Vimeshwar sir. So he wants to add last sentence before we conclude from Dr. Divetya sir. Last sentence from academic chair.
Very well conducted, Dr. Bajwa and Dr. Divetya. And this should continue as well. Thank you.
Yeah. Divetya sir, concluding remarks before we conclude this program.
So thank you. Thank you very much for joining on day 5. Day 6 is going to be much more exciting. I think there are lots and lots of surprises and prizes both. So please be with us and join us at 6 p.m. Tomorrow. As usual, Dr. Bajwa will at the last minute send out the detailed agenda for tomorrow. Again, my earnest request to everyone is, we are about 50 to 70 people who join. So, but the idea is to spread this message to all our members, to all our colleagues, all our friends. Like Dr. Anaesthesia Devan mentioned, he was not aware of so many things, despite being so actively involved in ISA matters. So I think none of us are aware of all that things that are going on. So this is a good way to get people to awareness amongst people, and then we just depend on all of you to spread the message that what all is ISA doing and what is planning, what is being planned and what's happening. And I think that will help us grow as a society and as a fraternity, and we will all be together, right? So I think someone has already beaten to me to it. So let's just conclude. Long live ISA. Jai Hind.
Long